We have a new moon that is actually not quite like a new moon. It's a little bit like going back into the past new moon because we have Mercury retrograde and Mars is also about to retrograde. With the Mercury retrograde, as some of you know, this brings people back from the past. This is a time where situations don't gain very good momentum. They can be a little bit slower, there can be more snags in our plans, and a time when things are just a little more sluggish moving forward. But the purpose of a Mercury retrograde is to make sure that we haven't missed any steps. So if something from the past comes back around again, then there might be some missteps that need to be looked at. We are also kicking off a bigger retrograde season with Mars, which isn't quite like a Mercury retrograde. We're not going to see the technology mix-ups and some of those frustrating things like locking yourself out of the car, out of the house. Mars retrograde is going to be more of a momentum reducer. So we are going to be feeling a little less motivated, a little more sluggish. I think that this energy has purpose to be more about us going inward and figuring out what we need on an emotional level because Mars is going to be spending a lot of time in Cancer. So the reason I'm getting into this detail is that this moon, though it's new moon, it is not like other moons where this is a great time for new beginnings. It can be if those are happening, but prepare yourself for a time to rest, plan, go back over old stuff, strategize, and figure out what's working, what's not working. Next year, we have amazing new beginnings in so many different ways. I'm excited to tell you all about them in my 2025 planners. You can check those out on my website. I will leave the link in the description. There's a lot that is changing, and especially with Pluto in a new sign now of Aquarius. Before we jump right into big changes, there are some things we need to go back over, and that's what this new moon is all about. Mars is in a beautiful grand trine right now with the Sun and the North Node. So in some ways, this can be an inspired feeling of where you want to go and that you are on the right track, you have the energy, you're motivated, or maybe you just got the clarity of the direction you want to go in. And then when Mars retrogrades on December 6th, you will start to look over some of the pieces that need to be in place for this plan to be in motion. But on the side of this new moon, still being a new moon and and fresh ideas are playing out with a Mars grand trine with the Sun and the North Node. This speaks to long-term plans. We also have Saturn squaring this new moon, and both of those energies can speak to something that really stands the test of time and goes the long haul. So maybe that's why it's a perfect timing for a Mercury retrograde and a Mars retrograde, is that if something is going to go the long haul, it really needs those solid ingredients to make it happen. And that's what we are about to do in this little chapter. And this moon is actually in a somewhat wide but still conjunct Mercury retrogrades. It is happening right alongside. This makes the Mercury retrograde piece even more significant and a time where miscommunications are very likely. Mercury is also in opposition with a retrograde Jupiter. There could be miscommunications. This looks like there could be an energy where things are all talk, or people are very caught up in an idea that actually doesn't, the pieces of truth aren't all there, or it's just not all quite landing right. It's more fueled and fired up with optimism and grandiosity and stuff that when these planets go direct might not hold. Venus is in a lovely aspect with Uranus, which means this is a wonderful time for getting outside of the box when it comes to relationships. This is a time where romantic surprises can go well, testing out fashion that isn't your typical fashion, or Just make sure that what they do say with Mercury retrograde is make sure that you can change it afterwards. So even though this is a lovely, surprising, out of the ordinary energy for Venus, Mercury is still retrograde, and you want to make sure that when Mercury goes direct, if you change your mind on something, you can. Unexpected money can come in with a nice aspect between Venus and Uranus. A mixed bag here at this time, but the biggest thing to keep in mind is the retrograde Mercury and the retrograde Mars coming up. So plan a little downtime if you can. Thank you for being here, watching, liking, subscribing. It is so much fun to chat with you in the comments. Let me know how things are going for you. And now let's get into your sign. Hi, Leo. This is a fifth house new moon for you. So this is a really fun one. This could be dating, anything that brings you joy and creativity and self-expression. This is your house. This is the house that Leo classically rules. This is your element of enjoying self-expression and fun. If you are dating, you could meet somebody unexpectedly through work or your day-to-day life during this time. It could be at a coffee shop or gym or anything ordinary like that. And miscommunications can happen between friends. So keep that in mind. Because you have Mars in your sign, you could get easily agitated. This can be a time when you also feel very motivated and energized, which is lovely until December 6th when it starts to retrograde. Let me know how you end up feeling. That could decrease the motivation a little bit, but you still have Mars in your sign. So that's something about your creativity and your audience or your friends and your ability to have fun and express yourself. There's something at odds there, and it does involve a Mercury retrograde and a Jupiter retrograde. So if there are misunderstandings, just make sure that you are asking questions and trying to understand things to the best that you can. This is still a great time for you to be enjoying fun with friends and getting out there. If you are a writer or anything in the communication arts, then this is a wonderful time to get a piece out, but especially if this is a piece from the past that you're bringing back in some way. You can play with the Mercury retrograde that way and bring something back for a fresh start. This would be great energy for that. Let me know how things are going for you in the comments below, and I hope you are having a wonderful new moon cycle. Pluto is now in your partnerships sector. So if you would like to know more about that, I will leave the link in the description below for a couple of Pluto videos that I've put out now, but especially the latest. Check that one out. I'll see you next time. Hi, Virgo. This is a fourth house new moon for you. So this is a fourth house new beginning, old theme showing up because of the Mercury retrograde presence here. And Mercury alongside this moon in your fourth house means that topics around home, family, your inner world, these are coming up for revisiting. And Mercury is getting this opposition from Jupiter in your 10th house. So there's something that you're juggling with career and reputation in your inner world. And it could feel like a struggle at the moment because of those retrograde energies. And just remember that when the retrograde energy is feeling like a struggle, it is so that we master something probably once again to a new level. And then once this cycle is moving direct with Mercury, you will start to feel the payoff of what's been initiated around this time of the new moon with home and family and your inner world. Mars is in your 12th house, this beautiful grand trine with Mars and the North Node and the Sun and the Moon, but the Sun for a little longer. This could be an energizing component, but because Mars is in your 12th house, this is the area of sleep, rest, retreat, time away from the rest of the world. Because you have that energy combined with new moon in the 4th house of home, I have a feeling that taking a break and doing more inner work is going to be a big part of your process. So be prepared to feel a bit more sluggish than usual, a bit less motivated, but take this opportunity of decreased energy to get out there and do things as a way of connecting with your subconscious, connecting with your intuition. Mars retrograde in your 12th house can make you very passionate about understanding the energetic realms and connecting to your intuition, meditation, though you might have a more challenging time tuning in. These challenges, like any retrograde I like to speak about, these challenges are about a setback that makes you work harder, and therefore you get better at something. A wonderful time to go over writing projects and creative work from the past. You might come up with some brilliant new ideas that when these planets start to go direct again in, Mercury will be December 15th. Mars will be in February. And you'll notice more forward momentum and being able to get what the inner work that you're doing right now out into something tangible. Saturn squaring this new moon for you is happening in your 7th house of partnerships and other people, significant other people, contracts. This would be a time where signing contracts can not go well with Mercury retrograde and a square from Saturn in your 7th house. If you need to, I don't think that it's just something to watch out for if you can avoid it right now, especially with really big things. Otherwise, we do what we have to do and we pivot later on when necessary, and it's all part of the story and the process of what we're learning and what we're going through. But it is other people that could be providing a feeling of restriction for you. This restriction is somehow part of the reworking of the inner world that you're doing, and it could be part of getting more in tune with your intuition and creative process moving forward. And last but not least, this beautiful sextile between Venus and Uranus is happening in your 5th and 9th house, which means that fun and play and romance and foreign places, foreign people, travel, foreign concepts, creativity, these all come into this beautiful, unexpected bouquet for you. And so this is another signature where I really love the idea of Virgos out there getting creative and playful and really taking time to tap into your intuition, whatever makes you feel like you can express your most authentic self. And Virgo is a sign where you are someone who is usually busy getting things done and being of service and working in a structure, in this form that makes it harder to just be authentic and wild and silly and fun, because you are a grounded, practical, work-focused, health-focused sign. So that means following a script sometimes. This is an opportunity, Virgo, to get out of your script, whichever way you can, and let me know how it's going for you in the comments below. I want to hear how all the Virgos are having fun out there. Thank you so much for being here, watching, liking, subscribing. If you would like to book a reading with me, my website link in the description below, and I will see you next time. Hi, Libra. This is a 3rd house new moon for you. New moon, old themes coming back around. So for you, communication. This is the house of short distance travel, cousins, siblings, close relatives, and communication, writing, media. This is an opportunity where you are going back over something that you have been working on when it comes to any of these topics. But a fresh start in a fresh new way. And for you, Jupiter is opposing this Mercury and Moon from your 9th house. So this to me looks like you are coming up with new concepts, new beliefs about the world, new education and ways of thinking about things. And that is what is making you go back over old stuff and revise whatever you've written or been working on communication-wise. But this energy is at odds. So you could feel the tension building. You might feel frustrated about the slowdowns, about needing to redo things. don't fret. Everybody's going through it with Mars about to retrograde and Mercury retrograding too. This is just not a time to move forward, and any setbacks are purposeful. You are not going to miss anything. In fact, you are just going to be ready when everybody else is ready to move forward again too. So wait until December 15th when Mercury goes direct to push anything out there and launch things. Even better if you can wait until February, March, April. That will be a time when there's going to be more motivation and forward momentum for everyone again, with Mars going direct. Venus and Uranus are making their beautiful aspects from Venus in your 4th house and Uranus in your 8th. That's wonderful energy for support from other people that comes out of nowhere. This is something from your home life that is getting a blast of unexpected pleasure and joy, maybe art and creativity as well. It could be that you're bonding with another person in unexpected ways, and that is enriching your home life. For you, Libra, this Saturn square is happening from your 6th house to this new moon. And that can mean that somebody from your work environment is putting pressure on you to get some writing forward. It could be that your health or something with your routine is becoming more challenging. And that is creating some challenges for the communication and work that you're trying to get out there. This is an opportunity to exercise discipline. And I think that that's why any setback or restriction is happening. When it gets more challenging, it helps us exercise that muscle of pushing harder and being as diligent as we possibly can. For you, Libra, Mars is in your 11th house with this grand trine to the North Node in your 7th and this new moon in your 3rd. And so this is about your audience. This is about your friends, your networks, your connections. You are about to go back over things, potentially feel less motivated at times, a bit sluggish, but you are reworking what you're passionate about when it comes to the people that you surround yourself with. And this is really going to have an impact on your significant partnerships as well. It looks like it can add beneficial energy to whatever it is that you are getting out there with your communication and your writing. So don't worry if there are setbacks when it comes to connections and networks and audience. This will be a helpful revising period. And then when Mars goes direct at the end of February, you are going to feel the benefits of what this slowdown provided. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know how things are going for you in the comments below. And if you would like help processing with a one-on-one Zoom reading with me, you can check out my website link in the description below. And I will see you next time. Hi, Scorpio. This is the 2nd house new moon for you. New moon, old energy. We're bringing back something from the past at the very least when it comes to your resources, your self-worth, your belongings, your assets, what you value, and how you take care of your body, what you eat, how you ingest energy, and how you manage energy in your life. The 2nd house covers those assets and values and food, but what it really means is the energy that is coming in and going out. And what you value helps manage the energy coming in. So if you are not valuing things that are helpful to you or valuing yourself in the right way, then there's too much energy leaving and not enough coming in. Some people are raised to just not even know how to take energy in. And some people are raised to just take and not understand where it needs to be reciprocal as well. Everybody is going to be on a spectrum of varying degrees, but this is going to be your focus around this time. Your communication with a significant partner is where the blessings are. Venus is in beautiful aspect to Uranus in your 7th house, so this could be surprising. A partner could say something that you weren't expecting. It could be that a creative writing project or media goes really well and you have a work partner that you're working with there, and that's a wonderful support. It looks like you are getting a lot of support from other people in general. Finances look really good, even with Jupiter retrograde and opposing this new moon. I think that you are getting assistance, whether that's financial or otherwise, something coming back from the past again that's very helpful. And it's really firing up your career. Mars in your 10th house is giving you motivation to be seen and to have that drive in your career. Now, you might notice it slow down from December 6th until the end of February. If that's the case, know that everybody's going through it, and when it gains momentum again, you will be feeling that much more motivated, that much more energized, and you will have that many more people celebrating your achievements and recognizing everything that you've accomplished. And for you, Saturn is squaring this moon from your 5th house. So you can feel restriction from children if you have demands and responsibilities with children. This could be that you are revising your creative energy, and temporarily you might feel restricted in being able to express who you are authentically. Sometimes when we're getting material out for work and there is a lot of work focus in our chart, that by definition means that we are acting a role, and it's those roles that can prevent us from feeling very authentic and expressive. Overall, the energy is really designed here to make you revisit and look at how you spend your energy and what's working for you and what is not when it comes to how you manage that for yourself, whether that's food or how you spend your money, your possessions, your assets, or the energy that you share with other people. Let me know how things are going in the comments below. And if you would like to process more with a one-on-one reading with me, check out my website link in the description below. And I will see you next time. Hi, Sag. This is your new moon of the year. And what an interesting one to have. For you, this Jupiter opposition to Mercury is your ruler, and it's in your 7th house of partnerships. So Jupiter is a favorable planet, and it even in an opposition, it can bring tension that is of the favorable kind. So maybe you're having some tension in your relationships, but it makes your relationships stronger, or it makes it more fun or more interesting, because as a Sag, you like to share ideas and understand perspectives from a viewpoint that's different than yours, and that can sometimes be the energy of an opposition. Not technically, but I think it counts when it comes to this specific transit experience. Mercury being retrograde in your sign means that there could be more misunderstandings from you. So just keep an eye out for that. You could either be misunderstanding others, but more likely they are misunderstanding you. This is also an energy where you are going back over something from the past when it comes to your body, who you are as a person, the tools that you have to operate in this world, and really anything, because this is an all-encompassing new moon for you. Your Venus trine to Uranus is looking like money is a good thing, your assets, your self-worth, especially related to work or your daily activities, daily routines. That can include your health related matters. So this could be a new moon where you are just taking care of your body in a different way and redoing things with how you take in energy. Venus in your 2nd house has to do with how you nourish your body, the foods that you eat, what you do with your energy and your assets. And it's a favorable energy. So it could be that you are eating and taking more pleasure and taking the time to ingest your food as an experience. And that is something that's really benefiting your energy and who you are and your health. The grand trine with Mars and this new moon, well, Mars is in your 9th house and sending beautiful vibrations to this new moon in your house, as well as the North Node in your 5th house, which is a journey that you are on when it comes to enjoying more out of life and really having fun. If children are in the picture for you or you want them, this can be an energy where that is you have new beliefs. Maybe you're learning some new things about having children and how to raise children or conceiving children, and that is creating a new venture for you. But Mars is activating the part of your chart that has to do with your beliefs, the way that you take in ideas that are different than yours. You could be very motivated to learn new things and explore and adventure, and I would recommend it, other than Mercury being retrograde, but you work with it. Overall, this is a new moon where you're doing your Sagittarian thing, you're learning new things, taking on new experiences, and whatever it is that you are taking on is benefiting your relationships as well as the way that you experience yourself, your self-expression, joy and pleasure and fun in this world. So looks like a good one for you, Sag. Do be mindful of the Mercury retrograde and just be patient if there are misunderstandings or setbacks or any frustrations of the sort. Sag, you are getting this square from Saturn from your fourth house. So there could be some restrictive energy that you're feeling from home in some way. There might be more discipline or challenges required with inner work or something related to your home and family life. This seems to be something that could be just adding to changes that you want to make with yourself. And it could also be part of what's changing how you think about the world and your perspectives of the world. So think of it that way. If you face any challenges, that they are here to shift something within yourself or something in your mindset. Let me know how things are going in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Hi, Capricorn. This is a 12th house new moon for you. So this is a brand new beginning when it comes to your connections to unseen realms, faraway lands. This is rest and retreat and time away, which is very interesting because you have Mercury retrograde there. So there's something that you were revisiting from the past around faraway places, maybe dissolving energy or your intuition. And then this opposition from Jupiter is in your sixth house of work and routines and daily habits. So there's some tension here between rest and retreat and getting work done. But what at the core of this new moon is really about how you take a break from the world. How do you rest? How do you retreat? How do you gather more intuitive knowledge that can help you in your day-to-day life? The 12th house also rules prisons, hospitals, monasteries, places that are secluded or separate from society. So if you work in one of these places, then this could just be that there is tension showing up for you at work. It can play out differently for people, but I still think there's always a layer of either dissolving or connecting to the unseen realm. It is an experience that we have that is not tangible and practical. It also rules escapism. Maybe this is a balance between finding new ways to escape and dissociate from life and get a lot of work done. It's the work-life balance, work-rest balance. Venus is in your sign, so use this to your advantage. Get out there and be seen. You can buy new things like clothes and hairdos, but Venus in your first house is typically a time when you do want to get upgrades to your wardrobe and how you look. But with Mercury retrograde here, be mindful that anything that you do spend money on or make decisions about could change when Mercury goes direct. So avoid permanent things. This wonderful placement of Venus is also sending lovely rays to your fifth house of fun, pleasure, creative expression, joy. This is a lovely angle for you, specifically Capricorn, to have Venus in a nice conversation with Uranus. So lovely surprises can come about when it comes to fun, and romance can be here as well. If you are somebody who is in the work of creative expression, this is a wonderful time to get that out there as well. Mars is in your 8th house of intimacy, transformation, psychological transformation and deep dive and healing. So you are feeling really passionate about some of these topics, and that goes hand in hand with this 12th house new moon, just as far as focusing on some of the spiritual transformation, dissolving of old ways, and maybe meditation and psychology is a big focus for you right now. With Mars there, it likely is. This can also be a time where you are getting more support from other people, or there's just a lot of activity there. Now, December 6th, Mars will retrograde, and you're going to notice a bit of a slowdown in that department. You might still have a lot of focus in this 8th house area of other people's resources and intimacy and your own psychological deep dive and healing. But the progress might feel like one step forward and 2 steps back. So just keep that in mind. It's part of becoming an expert. The more hours you focus on something rather than getting through it really quickly, the better you actually get at it. This is the universe's way of slowing things down so that you really refine your skills in what you're doing. This is going to have a big impact on your home and the direction that you want to go in when it comes to home and family. And communication is an interesting place right now. So either short distance travel or communication, siblings, close relatives. There's Saturn here squaring the new moon in your 12th house. So you might have more discipline that's required when it comes to communication and writing or short distance travel for some reason. And it seems connected to tapping into your intuition more. So maybe you are getting more of an expansive experience in connecting with energy and unseen realms. And the challenge is to put that into words, to put that into writing or a script of some kind. And that's where Saturn is offering the discipline or showing you some situations where you're forced to put that into writing or language in some way. You let me know how this is going for you, Capricorn. Love hearing from you in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that this new moon brings lovely rest and retreat and work-life balance and whatever it is that helps you relax and take a break from the rest of the world, and really unexpected joy and fun it looks like too. I'll see you next time. Hi, Aquarius. This is an 11th house new moon for you. So this is a brand new beginning when it comes to your networks, your friends, your social groups, your communities, your audience. It's a new beginning, but there's something coming back from the past to be looked at again. You are probably revising the ways that you have fun and the ways that you express yourself to other people. For you, Mercury rules your 5th house of creative expression, authentic expression, and fun. And also your 8th house, the ways that you bond and deeply connect with significant people in your life. With that planet retrograding in your 11th house, you are going to be looking at your psychology and what is truly authentic. Because what's truly authentic is what is a lot more fun. Nobody knows that better than an Aquarius. So there's a new layer and level of authenticity to get to when it comes to how you connect with others. Or what you're experiencing is that you are getting a match now from who you are as a person that might have gone through some changes already, and now it's time to change the people that you surround yourself with too. The Venus trine to Uranus is, well, Uranus is your ruler. So that is wonderful for you, even though Venus is in your 12th house, which means it's hidden, means that you're probably having more joy secluded from other people. Maybe you're taking a time out and you're realizing that some of the people you have been spending time with or your communities do need to change, but you're enjoying time alone processing that. You could be also enjoying more of a general disconnection from life and temporarily disconnecting from those groups in whatever way that is. There might be something unexpected at home that contributes to this focus on disconnection for you right now, which Mercury retrograde, Mars is about to retrograde. This is a good time to get away from it all if you can, or in whatever ways you can that support what you're going through. Now, Mars is in your 7th house, so this trine to the North Node and the Moon in your 11th, it's significant partners have a role in this transition. Whether that's somebody who is new in your life or leaving your life, a significant partner, it's going to create a ripple effect through your networks and community. It looks like overall one that you are enjoying though, as far as a match that is new for you or a match that is a better fit for you when it comes to networks. And because Mars is in favorable aspects, I think that this change or this passion or frustration or whatever is sparking in partnerships that is contributing to the change at this new moon is also something that you're okay with, something that you're happy to see transition. Jupiter in the 5th house opposing this new moon, this can be an energy of, Jupiter's retrograde too, so not at its best. This could be an energy of overdoing it when it comes to fun and joy and pleasure and self-expression. There could be something that is a bit too lacking taking in other people's ideas, maybe, based on some of the other energy playing out around this time. So do watch for that and make sure that you are both being you and expressing your fun and beliefs and everything like that, but making room for other people's ideas too. You are now embarking on your 20-year journey of Pluto in your sign. I have a couple of videos on that. I'll leave the links below. We will talk about that a lot as time goes by. For right now, this is the first week of Pluto back in your sign, the first couple of weeks of Pluto back in your sign. Let me know how that's going for you. Love hearing from you in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that this new moon brings in all of the changes that you enjoy with friends and pleasure. And it looks like friends and groups from the past. I should have mentioned that with Mercury retrograde there, very likely friends from the past are coming back for a revisit. Enjoy, Aquarius. I'll see you next time. Hi, Pisces. This is a 10th house new moon for you. So this is a brand new beginning with career and reputation, but something is coming back from the past to be revisited when it comes to those 10th house topics. You could be getting recognition for something that you did in the past, and now it comes back around for more praise and recognition by the public in some way. Something with home that is creating this opposition tension. Maybe your inner world. This is a tricky one for me to guess, but probably not too bad of an energy. It's just that Jupiter is retrograde in your 4th house of home and family. So this could be maybe family members or people that you live with that are somehow creating tension for your career. Maybe if you work from home, there's so much going on at home that it's really hard to focus on work and your reputation. Or maybe something from your inner world is creating an expression in the public with your reputation that you want to change and that you want to look at differently. Those are the sort of things I find when it comes to balancing the 4th house and the 10th house. especially when it comes to our inner worlds and how much of our personal lives we share with the rest of the world. That's a big one. For you, there is beautiful energy right now with your community, your networks, and surprises from short distance travel, communication, writing, siblings, cousins, close relatives. Third house, that's where Uranus is. Venus is in your 11th house, and they are in lovely communication right now with a trine, which brings lovely surprises. Maybe you hear something that's a romantic surprise from a friend or someone in your networks. Would be a romantic surprise that you appreciate with this type of energy as well. Mars is in your 6th house, and this grand trine to the moon in your 10th, Mars in the 6th, North Node in your 2nd. You are working hard, Pisces. You are focusing on your self-worth, your assets, growing your money, growing your energy, and it's coming from your day-to-day life and career, and it looks like a lot of work focus, and it's paying off. In the energy of this new moon, there's something that you are doing every single day that is creating great progress for the direction that you are going when it comes to your self-worth and your assets and the recognition you want to get for your career. Now the Saturn piece. So Saturn is finishing its last transit through your house. And I think it's this discipline that you have been putting on yourself and your energy that is starting to show some benefits in these areas of your life when it comes to work, recognition, getting things done, your assets. This is all going really well together. But you, with the Saturn energy, it is a square, so it is a bit more of a tense energy, and it looks like there's a situation that shows up with your career and reputation that you have to stand up for. And that could be this part of this Jupiter opposition that maybe there's a misunderstanding, especially with Mercury retrograde, that you need to correct to the public or to other people in your work, to other people that see you at work, to make sure that people are seeing things accurately. So if something does show up, this is a time to really stand up and be clear as you can, not necessarily just let things slide on this one. Stand up for your reputation, stand up for what matters to you, and create that structure that other people see of who you are. Overall, Pisces, enjoy this payoff of hard work, and it looks like you are about to start a whole new journey when it comes to how you are seen at work, maybe a whole new career, and or a career that's come back from the past since Mercury's retrograde. A lot of eyes on you at this time, Pisces. Let me know how it's going for you in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Hi, Aries. This is a 9th house new moon for you. So this is all about ideas, expanding your mindset. A foreign concept or idea from the past can come back and make more sense now. Be something that you really incorporate into your mindset in a different way. We know how sometimes we need to hear things 2 or 3 times, and each time they hold a different meaning or a different purpose, or just our lives are different, and we can use that information and apply it to something new. That's what's happening. But you are at odds somehow with Jupiter in your 3rd house, and this is probably a desire to put things into practical use, either with expressing what you're thinking about or writing about it. Maybe there's something to do with a close relative or a neighbor or a sibling that their ideas are conflicting with yours, and that tension that you have with those other people or that other person is the very thing that helps you think about something more and make sense of it in a new and different way. But this overall is energy that's all about ideas for you. expanding your mindset. Maybe a foreign place is coming back around again. This also could have to do with teachers, either being a teacher yourself, a publication, or having a new teacher come into your life. Probably somebody that is coming back around again, but in a new way. Or what they have to offer is just going to shift you in a new way. Venus is in your 10th house, so you are looking really good right now. Eyes are on you and seeing you in a very positive light. This is wonderful energy to use to your advantage if you have any presentations to do, ways that you want to be out in the public. This can be with work too, so maybe your work environment is just giving you recognition and you're being seen in a positive light there. And with you, there could be some, because this Venus is trining Uranus in your second house. So this could be unexpected value that you didn't see coming. Maybe actual assets in some way. But I think that this recognition is going to have an unexpected impact on your self-worth. And that has a ripple effect into the rest of the abundance that you magnetize. The Saturn square is coming from your 12th house. So that is interesting in that there could be something hidden that comes out of nowhere or from overseas. Maybe there's some restructuring you're doing with overseas matters, or restructuring with seclusion and dissociation and time away from the rest of the world. That's somehow having an effect on this new moon. Maybe it's that you are reducing the amount of time that you take off or take it away from stuff that you need to do. And that actually just sends more currents of productivity into your public image. But Mars is in your 5th house, so I don't see any shortage of fun. But this could be more creativity, more writing, more expression, more self-expression. You look busy out there, though. This is the time when rest and escape or seclusion is narrowing and getting restricted. And there's more emphasis on expanding your mind, being curious, getting out there and exchanging ideas with people. Even if it doesn't make sense, because Mercury retrograde, there could be some delays in getting the material together to actually make use of it. The ideas that you're gathering right now and the expansion of your beliefs and your mindset, it has a lot to do with being able to really authentically express yourself, but you are also creating a new you in some way with the North Node having been in your sign, and it's just wrapping up its journey for the next couple of months. So this is a time where you are putting more energy back into you, and I think that goes really well with what's playing out at this new moon, because the more you expand your mind and add new belief systems, the more you can express yourself in ways that align with that, more joy and fun and a new you in some ways at this new moon too, Aries. Let me know how this is going for you in the comments below. There's a lot of energy playing out here, mostly mental and idea gathering, could be spiritual beliefs for you, and that's making you feel like a whole new you. Either way, you're looking good doing it. Also, Aries, that can be an area where travel makes for a new you and a new way of having fun. And if that's the case, travel would be to invite new concepts and ideas into your world. Let me know how things are going for you in the comments below. Love chatting with you there. Thank you so much for being here, and have a wonderful new moon. Hi, Taurus. This is an 8th house new moon for you. So this is all about intimacy, psychological transformation, psychological deep dive. Mercury retrograde is here, so you could be going back over psychological concepts and understanding yourself better psychologically. You could be picking up where you left off before and maybe applying some old ideas to a new situation where you're seeing things differently and you're about to embark on a new chapter there. With Mercury retrograde here, there is a piece from the past that's coming around, and ultimately about deepening your bonds with another person. If that's the case where you're deepening your bonds with another person, it is also usually intertwined with that energy that you are looking at your own psychology as well as that of another and seeing how they merge together. This is also a house of death and birth and rebirth, essentially transformation. And merging with another person is transforming too, because you are exchanging energy and creating a new form of energy when you're bonding deeply with another. Now, your values and your self-worth are somehow at odds with this new moon. So you could feel that going into this psychological transformation shifts how you felt about yourself, and ultimately you are expanding in this part of your life. But right now, Jupiter is retrograde here in your second house. And so your assets and your self-worth are going through a bit of a contraction before they expand again. It's as if you're looking at ways that you manage your own energy and how that works when you're managing the energy with another person. I think in the last one, I was using the figure 8 symbol for, I believe it was Cancer, talking about this axis, the second and the eighth. And the reason for that is that we have an energy within us that is always spiraling, and we need to keep that consistent for ourselves in how we manage our energy. And when another person comes into the picture, then we have two spirals to navigate. But these spirals are merging and staying separate. That is the focus that you have going on right now. And as a Taurus, you are used to being quite stable in managing your energy. You're really good at keeping that spiral going just the way that feels right for you. In this process, you're going to have to figure out what works for you in keeping that going in a way that feels good for yourself and incorporating other people. Or this could just be a psychological transformation in some way. Pleasure and romance is happening in your ninth house right now. That means that sharing ideas and learning new things, teaching, having a teacher come into your life, these are areas that could change you in unexpected ways. Or something you do that's unexpected could start conversations again about mindset and ideas and values and beliefs and spiritual beliefs with another person, and figuring out how those two things come together in a romantic partnership, because this is Venus that's in your ninth house. And Venus in your ninth house could mean that someone who identifies as a female is coming in as a spiritual or teacher for you in some way. Mars in your fourth house has to do with your inner world, your family, your home life. It's sending lovely vibrations to the North Node in your 12th house and this new moon in your 8th house. The 12th house is the direction that the North Node is taking you in right now, and that has to do with your intuition and connection to unseen realms, your subconscious. I really think this has to do with subconscious material that is connecting to family, your place of origin, home, and how you bond with other people. So take a look at that too. This is a very psychology, energy type of new moon for you, Taurus. It's all about looking at your subconscious and things that are hidden to you, your blind spots in life, the things that are automatic that you don't think about. This is a time where you're going to be doing a lot of reflection. You might even need more time alone than usual, more time at home. And the purpose is to create more intimacy and stronger bonds, as well as potentially a psychological reversal and transformation for you. This is the type of energy where you might not be completely clear on what's happening in the moment, and down the road, you're going to see how this plays out and how this time was actually really important to you. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know how things are going in the comments below. And if you would like to process and understand more about what's happening in your personal chart, check out my website, link in the description below, and I will see you next time. Hi, Gemini. This is a partnership new moon for you. So, this is all about a significant other person in your life. This can be when a person from the past comes back and maybe has a new, more permanent position in your life because of that Mercury retrograde component here. So, this isn't necessarily something new, but a new level that is being reached in partnership. And there's something about your expanding, expansive self right now that is at odds. A giant palm branch just fell, and that's part of expansion. You know, you're like making room for new growth, and some of the big dead leaves have to fall down. This could feel a bit like that, is that you are making room for something new in your relationships, but something needs to shed. Sometimes new beginnings are like that. The Mars grand trine to this new moon from your third house and connecting to the North Node in your 11th house, it looks like communication is really beneficial right now. It's part of what's creating this shift, and it could be creating shifts in your networks and communities as well. It could be that communication that you have with a significant partner is what starts to reach a new level in your relationship and is also part of a long held wish and dream come true. There's something from your career and reputation that is creating a challenge for this energy. There's some restructuring that's happening in your career, and that is somehow affecting the restructuring of your relationships. This new moon in your partnership house, it could have to do with a work partner, a contractual work relationship. And if that's the case, it is something to do with career that is restructuring and restricting that makes you pivot and shift in this partnership. What I really love for you here, Gemini, is Uranus in your 12th house and Venus in your 8th house in harmonious connection. These are the houses of your psyche and your connection to the unseen realm, your subconscious material. So whatever you have been working on when it comes to your intuition and your subconscious, this is really carrying you through whatever is happening in partnerships and work right now. Be really proud of how far you've come and what you've achieved with this journey with Uranus in your 12th house, Gemini. I think a lot of you have been expanding in intuition and really making it work for you, especially in some potentially challenging work situations. And it's probably those challenging work situations that have actually helped you see how strong your intuition is, and that you often can see behind what people are showing you in what they want you to see, and what you're picking up on energetically are very different. Now is a time where this is helping your intimate bonds. This is helping you transform your psyche, and this is helping you go through a relationship transformation potentially. Mercury is your ruler, so you might feel particularly slow or less productive than usual. You might even feel like you can't get the words out. That is all part of a necessary slowdown. This looks like pretty good energy for you to take a break, Gemini, if you would like to, if you feel called to. It looks like work is a bit restricted right now anyway. You might feel more passionate about writing and doing some things behind the scenes. Yeah, let me know how this is going for you in the comments below. But overall, a fresh start in relationships, maybe in more than one. Let me know how this is showing up for you. And thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time. Hi, Cancer. This is a 6th house new moon for you. So this is a new beginning in your day-to-day life, your routines, your habits, or just work. Could be new employees if you have them, but Mercury's retrograde here too, so there's something coming back from the past. There is a old routine or habit or way of going about your day that is coming back for revision in some way. refining things, maybe just fine tuning what you have already been doing is a potential. Mars is in your second house, and this is where it's going to retrograde on December 6th. What that means is that you are feeling more passionate about your value, what you value in general, how you spend your energy, how you spend your money, what you ingest, and the way that you ingest it. This is the energy that you manage within yourself, and it ends up being, in a material sense, an expression of our possessions and assets and the things that we surround ourselves with. That is what is creating a grand trine right now with the North Node in your 10th house and this new moon in your 6th house. So this looks a lot like work. What you value really needs to align with your career, how you get things done, how you manage your day. Like if you really value productivity and working in a small amount of time and then taking more time off, or the other way around, maybe you'd like to spread out your day and go about things slowly, but just spend a little bit more time doing everything. Those are the things that you are going to make sure really line up with what matter to you so that you can be in the direction that you want to go when it comes to your career. Saturn is in your 9th house, squaring this moon. So this is another thing that is about your beliefs and the way that you view the world. That is creating some friction that is making you change your daily routines and habits. And it looks like more rest because Jupiter is in your 12th house, and that is a journey that you've been working on since June, and you will continue to have until next June, where more time off, more time away, more escape, more travel to overseas places maybe, and travel for rest and retreat, not travel to learn and explore like what's in the 9th house. More meditation, more intuition. Those are other things that Jupiter is doing for you in your 12th house. Venus is in your 7th house of partnerships and a beautiful angle to Uranus in your 11th house. Relationships and romance could be found in your friendships, your networks, your communities, and this could be unexpected, and it could be something that is more long-term and contractual. If this is work related, it could mean that someone who identifies as a female is coming into a more permanent position in your work relationship with you. It could be someone from your networks and community. It could be a long held wish coming true that is unexpected and has to do with relationships. So some good energy here between work and relationships, day-to-day life. If you do have a partnership in your life right now, that is not work related and that is more of the romantic type, then maybe this is all about finding more time away from the rest of the world to enjoy that. Lots of privacy and hidden things at this time and this whole year with Jupiter in your 12th house. So I would say let me know in the comments below, but maybe these are things that you're not sharing at the time. Either way, Cancer, I hope that you are having a lovely new moon in your work and day-to-day life and whatever it is that's going on. It looks like things are playing out in a good way for you. Just know that you might have some delays and mix-ups in your routine as you're sorting out what really works for you. So be patient there. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.